Hey guys, it's me Lola or Ducky or whatever the hell you want to call me. Today I want to talk about projection. Projection! Today I'm going to address comments from people from a specific sector, right? And I don't want to name call because I do not want to stoop down to your level, okay? The reason why me and a lot of other people were weirded out by the conversation, it wasn't because, oh, we just don't care about you, we just don't empathize with you, we don't understand you. No, it is because we can tell that you came in bad faith. You started this discussion out of bad faith. And we can tell because of the name calling, first of all, right? Calling me vapid, hollow, conceited. How is that in any way, shape, or form supposed to suggest that you want to have a productive conversation with me? No, you clearly only want to be vindicated, and that's the reason why you came in with that demeanor, right? You're no better than the chick that I was talking about in the last video. Let's start with the first comment, right? I said nothing that indicated that I disagreed with anything that you said. I did not come in being defensive. I was not angry. I didn't feel targeted because I wasn't even internalizing what you were saying in the first place because I simply don't care, right? You cannot control me on my own platform. So if you type in something that I disagree with, I'm not going to spaz out and be like, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, he thinks that all women are. No, right? I didn't feel targeted because that just simply did not apply to me. Because none of the stuff that he was saying was true. So I didn't care. But because I didn't have a response to whatever he said and I did not know what to say at the time, all I did was laugh at the first thing he said, which was the assumption that I was a young guy. And I explained why in the reply section as to why I laughed, and it wasn't even at him. It was not an attack on his character. There was no disrespect towards him when I was laughing. I was laughing because my voice, yes, I'm very aware that my voice tends to get really deep, and it gets to a point where, yes, it does sound like a dude. So yeah, I'm very self-conscious about that, and I'm working on it because I developed that voice as a defense mechanism. Yes, so right now, because I am no longer in that defensive fight or flight state, I don't feel like I have to have this deep of a voice to protect myself. Like, what? And then this Zizzy Blood got all defensive, and then he started saying things like, thank you for proving my point. And you know what? I was curious. I was like, you know what? How? What did I do? What did I say? What indicated that I was coming at you hot in any way, shape, or form? And he typed in a whole manifesto as to why I am unempathetic, as to why I have mocked him and deflected, right? You were not holding me accountable for anything previously, so what was there to deflect from? But anywho, not only was he doing that, not only was he calling me a bunch of names, not only was he using confirmation bias, he was using me as confirmation bias to prove his point about how he felt about women, right? Which I do not want to be a talking point for you, okay? I do not want to be. Not only that, but he was also making a definitive claim that me, that my whole YouTube channel, that Lola_Ducky was a gateway to potentially attract a high-value man. Yes, because high-value men have all the time in their hands to watch Lola Ducky on YouTube, and they're going, ooh, I like thine voice, I like thine personality. No, right? No. I swear, these people are just so dystopian. And that's the only name that I'm going to use to describe these people, right? Like, it's dystopian. If that is what you took from the video that I've made previously about Turkey Tom and his ex-girlfriend, then that says a lot about you, okay? I'm very sorry that was your first impression of Lola Ducky, but over here, we're not doing this to attract quote-unquote high-value men. It's like, what in the straw man is going on? And also, not gonna lie, I understand what that guy, I'm not gonna say his name because I do not want to spark chaos and havoc, but hashtag that guy, I understand what he meant when he said that he quote unquote did not believe in empathy and that he does not like that word. At this point, yes, I agree. You guys have been tectoning the word empathy way too much for my liking, okay? Just because somebody laughs at how a person moves, at how a person comes off, that does not mean that that person does not care about the other person's situation. No, they just find it funny. It's funny. It is funny, right? Just like how an offensive joke can be funny. And you are the last person to talk about empathy when the whole time you have been calling me names, you have been extremely condescending, right? Because you cannot fathom that a woman has agreed with you on some things, right? It's very strange. It is very strange. And I swear I was about to ask a question. I was actually controlling myself very well. I was about to say something very off-put. Like, I was about to say something very out of pocket. But I didn't, because I was able to control myself, unlike whatever that thing it was. And do you know what was extremely funny? The fact that the reply section consisted of mostly dudes laughing at the person who was commenting that. Like, no, your perception, like, no, your worldview is heavily skewed. And I can tell that people in real life do not want to deal with you, so they never tell you to shut up, even though they probably want to, right? And because you can't communicate with anyone in real life, you don't have anybody to talk to, you get online and then you start typing in all of these think pieces. The thing is, if you constantly attract those sort of women into your life, that says a lot about you than it says about the women. You are not doing anything to change, and by that defeatist mindset, that makes a lot of people lose respect for you. And also, you're extremely combative. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who is hurt and has a lot of emotional baggage. And you are extremely entitled to find somebody who's sane, considering your bio, right, which says date me on it, which, like, at that point, when I saw that, I facepalmed. I heavily facepalmed. It was like, dude, I do not want to attract these people on my channel. If you think this way, you're gone. You're gone. I'm blocking you. Like, go. Get away from my channel. I do not want to attract these sort of people. I do not want to attract people with this sort of mentality. Please. No. And I can also tell that this person has never left their echo chamber a day in their life. And it was probably an eventful day for them. It was like, oh my gosh, I finally got to talk to a woman. Finally. Not to get off my point, but if you want to attract a woman who's sane, you need to get rid of that emotional baggage as well. The reason why you attract women who have that much emotional baggage is because, sir, you have a lot of emotional baggage. And a lot of people can see that, and a lot of people can sense that. It is not that you are running away from women. It is that women are running away from you. Number one is to stop being extremely combative and stop debate tectoning people. Stop debate tectoning people. I was not looking for anybody to debate with me on anything, okay? I was just kikiing, I was laughing. The purpose of that video was that I was joking around, spurging out, doing what I usually do, okay? This channel is for spurging. I am not here to debate with anyone. What I want to say is that both women and both men are not exempt from criticism. Both of you guys have a lot of work to do, okay? And that includes me. I have a lot of work to do. But the difference between me and y'all is the fact that I'm self-aware. I'm aware that I have issues that I need to fix. But you guys aren't. So it is a lot of our jobs to hold you guys accountable, or to at least point the mirror directly at your face so that you know how you come off to people. Because it is very apparent that nobody else was able to tell you that. There are good women and bad women. There are good men and bad men. And you, sir, you are not looking too good right now. Okay, I'd fix that if I were you. I'd fix that. And to anyone else watching this video, let that be a cautionary tale. Be careful for people who frame sweeping generalizations and harmful rhetoric as having an intellectual conversation. Because more times than not, it is disingenuous and it is hurt and insecurity. And it is a tactic used on purpose so that it could sway somebody's opinion towards the direction that that person wants them to go down. For them, it is the crabs in a bucket mentality. They don't want you to get better because they themselves are not doing better. But yeah, I hope that person can heal. I have no disrespect towards them. I don't even know who they are, so do not take this personally. But hey, you are not special. This is not only aimed at you, right? You are just an example. But to anybody else who thinks this way, please know that you are not doing yourself a favor. And goodbye. Oh, and also to add on, the reason why I have not cut out any of the parts of the video where I was laughing, where I was kicking, where I was giggling, that's because I do not take this seriously at all. And yeah, I was laughing throughout the duration of this video. I was laughing while I was recording. Okay, goodbye. Oh, okay. Oh, no. And to add to my final point, easy money, you'd say? Easy money? Well, darn right, I'm going to use this comment to make some easy money. Got that azzy money. Okay, goodbye.